Okay, so what we're doing here is explaining how to make a model canoe, and the way we're going to be doing that is the same methods as we would make a regular dugout canoe. And the way you have that set up is that you have it split up into 3/4 here. And if this were to be a 6-man, you'd have 14 feet here. And this would also be 14 feet, and this would also be 14 feet. And the way we make canoes is that from your markers to set the seats, you go 1 foot back. So this would go 1 foot back, and if we had a center line here, it would go 1 foot back, and next would also go 1 foot back. So everything is 1 foot back at this point. From there, I want to mark these linings and how thick you want the canoe to be, and that's going to be 30 inches right there. And then let's mark this as bow and stern. At the front end, you're gonna have 28, and at the back end, you want it to narrow it out a little bit more. It's a little bit smoother exit for the water. So you're gonna want this back bit being 26. And those markers are right here. And from there, you basically have your shape. You just have to connect the dots. I'll do it on this side so you could see. Voila, there you go. You now have the shape of your canoe. This being the bow, but this being the stern. The measurements we're going to be using is 1 inch per foot. So what we've used here is a single size canoe. So from here to here, you have 21 inches, and that's the size of your regular single. And so from there, you make the 7-inch marking, the 10.5-inch marking, so that's halfway of 21, and then the 14-inch marking. So total, you have 7, and then 7, and 7 again with your middle marking right here. Once you have those markings down, you go 1 inch back, 1 inch back, and then 1 inch back, as we would with a normal single that we'd make. We'd go 1 foot back. From there, you have your middle marking that's moved back, and you go about 1.5 inches on both sides. So, fuck. Just take that part out. And then so you have 1.5 inches on both sides here. You have about 1.25 inches right here on the bow side, and then on the stern side, you have just about 1 inch as it tapers down a little more towards the back end rather than the front end. And then from there, you basically have this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. From there, you connect the dots. So you go from here to this point to this point, this point to this point, this point to the stern. And you do the same thing on the other side as well. So then you have your shape of your canoe all lined out here. Okay, so after you got your shape, go use your handy dandy planer, and you're gonna get it. You're just gonna paint it out all the way around until you're kind of even all the way through, like so. I still have some work to do, but that's the gist of that part. I suggest, I'm using Sharpie here so you can kind of see better. I suggest you use pencil, so so you can fix your mistakes. Can't really fix your mistakes with the Sharpie. So, so what we've done here next is marking the lines for the curve around the bottom of the canoe. So what you're going to do here is go mark a 1/4 inch in right there. You go do that all along, so you have reference the whole time. And you go do a 1/4 inch here on top as well. From there, you take that 1/4 inch, and you just go all the way to the end. We do that all the way around. Do that from here to here. All the way through. So that's going to be the markings of the curvature of the bottom of your canoe. And from there, you go take your planer and you go plane along this corner till what you've shaven off meets this point and meets this point. So then you start having the curvature of the bottom of your canoe there. So when you have your markings here and you've planed it down like so until what you've carved off has met the lines. That's step 1 of getting that shape. Step 2 is it's kind of the artistic part. So you can what you want to do is you start like curving from the top and rolling over. And you want to keep count on how many times you do it on one side, so you could do it the same amount of times on the other side. And so you could just you could do that until it kind of gets to the point to how you like it, to how you want it to look. It's the same thing with the bend, because canoes have bend from center to the end, from center to the other end. Every canoe has bend, and you can keep planing until you have the bend that you want. Again, it's all artistic, whatever you feel, whatever you like.